just because it's a Jewish film festival, there's this fear and intimidation campaign?
Well, the Jewish Film Festival is fantastic. I've been coming since it started. Wouldn't miss it for the world, and no, I'm not in the least bit intimidated.
You got to keep us safe because the other side doesn't like the Jews.
Doesn't that speak volumes of where we are, ma'am, in Toronto in 2024?
The Jews, Ezra, nobody.
And there were rumors that it was going to be disrupted by the pro-Hamas people, but
They try to scare us, but Am Israel Chai.
100%. 100%. We deserve to have the same rights as every other person in this world.
I'm actually disappointed that we're living in a time like that, but it has to be done, or else a lot of people wouldn't feel very comfortable. So it's what it is.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Toronto. And folks, I'm outside the Rogers Hot Dock Cinema. It is the host cinema for the 32nd annual Toronto Jewish Film Festival. And I can tell you there is a different kind of vibe here compared to the previous 31. As you can see, we have police officers on Bloor Street. We have police officers on Albany Street. We also have security guards. People are having their handbags searched. And it's a sign of the times, isn't it? Here we have people that just want to come to a Jewish film festival, have a good time. But there were rumors of the pro-Hamas people, you know, the Hitler Youth Movement showing up to disrupt this film festival. And either they're too preoccupied with the hate fest going on at Little Gaza on the lawns of the University of Toronto, or maybe the presence of law enforcement has acted as a deterrent. I don't think that is the case, because usually law enforcement in Toronto, when you're chanting genocide, you don't get a citation, you don't get arrested, you get coffee and Timbits. In any event, this is a good news story, even before the film opens up. I don't see any agitators. I don't see any calls for genocide. For me, talk about a happy ending. In the meantime, why don't we talk to the people that are here? They're literally lined up around the block. And isn't that a good thing too, folks? Despite the threats of fear and intimidation and what have you from the pro-Hamas camp, members of the Jewish community and their allies, they did not bend the knee. They have come here to see a film, to have a good time, and to hell with the haters. Fantastic. Anyways, let's talk to them, see what's bringing them out. What brings you out to the Jewish Film Festival?
The festival.
Yes.
Everybody, because I love the Jews and the festival. Put them together, you get the Jewish festival.
I'm here to see the Midas Man. I'm very excited to learn about the man who started the Beatles and to be at the Jewish Toronto Film Festival.
Oh, I thought the Midas Man. I thought that's where I go to get my muffler changed.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Our friend got tickets for us to come.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about the film, but I'm very, very excited to see it. And it's sort of my first time.
It's the Midas Man is playing tonight, right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, then. Now, you know, one of the reasons we're here, there was some buzz that the pro-Hamas types might do a demonstration. It didn't materialize, although I do see a lot of members of law enforcement providing security. Is that a sad statement in terms of the times in which we live, sir?
Well, yeah, absolutely. All we can do is just keep living our life and just do what we got to do.
You got to keep us safe because the other side doesn't like the Jews.
Doesn't that speak volumes of where we are, ma'am, in Toronto in 2024?
The Jews, Ezra, nobody.
And there were rumors that it was going to be disrupted by the pro-Hamas people, but
They try to scare us, but Am Israel Chai.
It's sad. It's very, very sad, and it is, yeah. The times, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it should be a very peaceful event, and there should be no need for that extra security. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the Jewish Film Festival is fantastic. I've been coming since it started. Wouldn't miss it for the world, and no, I'm not in the least bit intimidated.
fantastic.
And she brings me along. She needs a driver.
100%. 100%. We deserve to have the same rights as every other person in this world.
I'm actually disappointed that we're living in a time like that, but it has to be done, or else a lot of people wouldn't feel very comfortable. So it's what it is, and we have to just live with it.
They are almost protesting everything. And I don't think it really matters whether it would be a Jewish event or whether it would be a Hindu event, or whether they would like to, right now they just want to make themselves obvious and they want to make their statement, and that's their statement. We don't like it. So.
And you're not intimidated yourself, ma'am?
No, I mean, I'm Jewish and I'm proud to be Jewish, and we have the same rights as anyone else in Canadian society, and we have the right to have a Jewish film festival. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not going to be intimidated by people that are Jew haters.
There was speculation that the pro-Hamas types might do a demonstration. We see a lot of police here.
Are there?
Oh yeah. What do you make of this?
I think I do my best to ignore them as best as I can. I understand there's a point where you need to demonstrate, and I've seen you at many demonstrations. You might not remember me, but I remember you. We were at the Yarra-Sax one. That was the very last.
Oh yes. What's your opinion of Yarra-Sax these days, sir?
I don't know if I could say that on camera. Do you really want me to say?
Bags are being searched at the door just in case.
Generally, search bags.
We were saddened. We saw a play at the Hart House a few days ago, and we saw the encampment when we came out there. The U of T, and saddened. I mean, that's a shame. It's interesting the way they have them all fenced in, and the fencing is all covered.
Yes.
So keep your mishigas inside,
Well, and what is posted on the fence, messages like "From the river to the sea, Intifada." Did you ever think you'd see that in Toronto?
No. And I'd rather not have seen it in Toronto, to tell you the honest truth,
Nobody's going to arrest you here. I promise you. We're not arresting you. He's the nicest guy. Hello.
That's so nice.
And I've seen your videos. They're great. Keep on coming.
Well, sir, are you here for the festival?
Of course I'm here for the festival.
Can you tell us, please, what it says about the times in which we live, where there was so much law enforcement here? Because the rumor mill was the pro-Hamas people were going to do something disruptive. What do you make of that?
The good old days are over. The 60s were wonderful, and what can I say?
Just quoting John Lennon, all you need is love, okay? We're going to make it, okay? All you need is love.
I agree.
All you need is love.
Good to see you. Take care. God bless.
The show.
Sometimes if we give them too much attention, we're not doing us a favor.
Yes.
There's a point where you got to decide, should I cover this? Or, look at the encampments downtown.
Yep.
If we would stop, if all the media, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking the mainstream media, would stop, City Pulse News 24/7, stop putting the camera on them, they would go away.
Well, sir, I would argue the president, Merrick Gertler, all he has to do is pick up the phone, dial 911, and call in Toronto police, and he won't do that.
He's another self-hating Jew. He's been in Ramallah, too. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. Look at it. I send you the video.
Wow.
Yeah, unlike Yarra-Sax, at least she advertised. He hides it. He was in Ramallah last year with Mahmoud Abbas.
Well, folks, talk about a happy ending, eh? First of all, the pro-Hamas thugs did not show up to try to shut down this showing. They did not come here to chant genocide. That's a win. The other win is, despite the campaign of fear and intimidation, I think this movie is going to sell out tonight. People were literally lined up around the block. And I think that speaks volumes. When someone is trying to scare you, when someone is trying to intimidate you, just double down. Just say, no, damn it, I'm in Toronto in 2024 and I'm going to go to see a movie, whether you like it or not. Let's hope we see more of this type of spirit as we experience what will undoubtedly be a long, hot, hateful summer. For Rebel News, I'm David Menzies. Folks like us, have you had it up to here with the pro-Hamas rhetoric? And it's especially egregious, isn't it, when it's coming from people who aren't even Canadian citizens. They're on visas, they're foreign students, and they're chanting genocide in the streets of our great dominion? Well, please go to deporthamas.com. That's deporthamas.com. If you think that you have a right to come to our country and chant death to an identifiable group of people, time to pack your bags and leave.